back to the Blerd Box Podcast. I am White.
And I'm Gray.
And this is episode 4 of season 1, where we talk about everything and nothing all at the same time. Things that we're super nerdy about, current events, and random shit we'll find on the internet, because the internet is undefeated.
Always.
And it's weird.
Always.
And it's ridiculous.
Always.
That's why I'm not on it that much.
Liar.
I'm not.
Liar.
I'm pretty much in my books or my writing on stuff. You look at social media more than I do. At least Facebook. So
Facebook is just a meme hub at this point.
So if you're familiar with my channel, I wanted to do a few housekeeping things because this is the 4th episode. So I have other projects that come out on this channel, and Gray has other projects on his channel, which is in the description below as well. But on Sundays, I have my podcast. I'm a nerd for this podcast where he is not involved, but I talk about things that I am super nerdy for, because there's some things that make me more nerdy than him. Very much so. Mondays are my more Mondays. Wednesday diaries are on my website. And then, of course, Friday, I explore K-pop. And I'm trying to get him to explore K-pop too, but he's not into it.
Again, no disrespect to K-pop. I'm just not into the music. I respect what they do. They get their bread, even though there's like 13 in every group. But
first off.
Okay, 12, because 13 is an unlucky number in the culture. So even though there's like 12 in every group, but
one of my favorite groups had 26. Now it's back down to 23.
Oh no, 3.
Oh no, I think it's down to 21. Ooh, I think they're down to 20 now.
Cause slashing them off.
Yep. And for stupid reasons either. But I'll educate him on K-pop later. We'll do a whole episode where I'm going to make him.
Not.
I am. I'm going to make him. But other than that, you want to tell him what goes on your channel? Besides this?
Yeah, besides this, mine's just going to be more so reacting to like pop culture stuff that's going on the internet, because the internet is what? Undefeated. And it is always entertaining. Pretty much. I also have a basketball channel, and if you want to subscribe to that, please, it will be in the description below. But you don't have to. It's all love. You can just watch it if you like basketball.
No, you should subscribe to both our channels.
But that's pretty much it for me. It's either like reacting to pop culture or basketball related stuff.
Okay, perfect. So all this will be in the description below. But let's just jump into the topic that is today, and it's something I am super passionate about. I love it so much, so much, so much, so much.
Well, I just you.
He does too, exactly. But I watch more than he does.
That's a lie. I've been doing this way longer than you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to talk about anime today, but not what we're currently watching, not our favorites, but ones that we hope will come back, because right now most of them are in production hell. So we each drummed up about 5 each, because you know anime, it is the biggest rabbit hole, and I've seen a lot of one-offs when I'm waiting for like the big stuff to come through.
Yeah.
So we limited ourselves to 5. So did you want to go first, or you want me to start?
Yeah, I'll do my first one.
Okay. What's your first one?
This is more recent, but I tried to do mine at least the last 2 to... I'd say all mine are at least 3 years old.
Mine's are much older.
But my first one is Darwin's Game. Now,
but
I don't remember the synopsis of Darwin's Game, but let's just say they get transported to another world, and they have to figure out how to beat it. Beat the game itself. Whole bunch of conspiracy theories with that. We're not going to get into that because it might get canceled. But
there's no conspiracy with it. We saw it on there. It's the rich betting on people's lives. The tale as old as time. A Squid Game.
Not going to get into that conspiracy theory.
It's the world's most dangerous game if the rich decided not to play with each other. They just decided to do the purge and film.
See, I was going to bring that up, but again, not trying to get into the conspiracy theory. Darwin's Game last aired 2020, and we have yet to even hear when they're going to come out with it next season. And to be completely honest, don't care right now, because there's plenty of other good stuff. Well, I'm lying. I've been kind of struggling to find anime. Personally, a little bit, but honestly, it had me hooked on since the first episode. There's when Darwin's Game came out, ironically, that was kind of the time when that whole little subgenre came out with like survival, tactical kind of animes. Yeah, the survival anime shows came out, where it's basically like people get transported into like another realm, even though it's like their city and things like that, and like they're real people, they're not NPCs, and they actually getting killed for unknown reasons. They don't know what the game's
Can we just say it's effed up how you get into the game? Because the only reason he got into this game was because his friend sent him an invite so he would save his life. He was like, the whole time he's like, I'm sorry, but I need you to accept this invitation. And got sucked right into the game. He wouldn't even be a show if his friend wasn't being an asshole.
Hey, listen. He a real MVP, that's all I can say.
At least he's smart, so it's pretty, it's like he was figuring out the game as he was going, but at least he was smart to catch on. But not unlike the friend that brought him into it.
Yeah, that's still kind of dangerous because it's just hard to you gotta be pretty smart to like think on the fly when it comes to something, a game like that in particular, where literally your life is on the line at all times. This is literally like a battle royale, and for a lot of those characters, they don't know how to fight, so it's like you're at a disadvantage as it is.
Gotcha.
So, but that's my first one.
Okay.
What you got?
My first one is a Jinn demi-human. Okay, last one came out 7 years ago. In Limbo, hell, and Netflix, and it's still not back yet. And I don't know how I feel about this. I need it to come back. If you do not know, a Jinn basically is the premise of there are humans that are immortal, but they have this pretty much black matter that that's an extension of their body. And I hate that I'm saying like so much. It's an extension of their body that keeps helping them to regenerate, pretty much, or come back to life. It's a really good premise. We were left out on a cliffhanger. I don't know what's happening. The last season was 7 years ago. It's too long.
Was that a Netflix original?
Yes, it's one of the first Netflix originals when they started doing anime.
Yeah, which really sucks because they done came out with all these other ones. I mean, it's not Netflix's fault. It's whoever the creators are. So I blame them.
Netflix is backing these up, and I'm just like, come on.
If they got through, I mean, no disrespect. If they got
paid
through,
your writers what you were supposed to pay them, I would have these shows.
If they got through all 5-6 seasons of Seven Deadly Sins before they came out with new season of a Jinn, that's
King and the Shura.
That's a shame. I'm gonna be honest. That's a shame.
Believe me, I know. So that's my first one. I just needed to come back. I'm ready.
Glad you said that because I gotta add an honorable mention to my listeners.
Okay.
So my next one is Demon Lord Retry. I know you know nothing
about this one.
But basically this is another subgenre, which is I call the real life RPG.
Mm-hmm.
So did you watch that time I got reincarnated as a slime?
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically like that.
Oh.
But the guy is a demon lord. He got, ironically, he was a human, but he got summoned by incantation.
Of course, that's how it happens.
And he got put into a demon lord's body. And he didn't know anything about, he just happened to be all powerful to some degree.
Gotcha.
But he's in a world he doesn't know anything about, but he played RPG games and things like that. So he has an idea. He's trying to learn what this body can do and things like that. But it was only one season and there's still so much to do. He was building the world that he's in is run ironically by the Holy Church, and one of the maidens has a province that he's kind of sort of taken over, and now they're trying to figure out who this guy is and why he's come to this realm and all this other stuff. There's a lot more into it. There's a lot more intricate than I'm saying. Probably don't want to watch it now because the way I'm talking about it, but it's it's still pretty interesting because there's a few other shows like that, like Overlord, what is it? is it okay? Is it not okay to pick up chicks in a dungeon, whatever it's called? I don't remember. It's super long. I can't remember it all word for word. But the last time it aired was in 2019. Again, it's only been one season, and I pretty much Google like every 2 to 3 months if they're gonna come out with a new season. We still don't know. They don't. Google don't even know. So I guess the producers don't know either, or the writers.
I guess so.
It really blows because it's one of those ones that's like it's a one-off, but there's still technically a lot more they can do.
Right.
It literally left on a cliffhanger like most anime these days.
Gotcha. Okay.
What you got?
Alright, so you definitely didn't watch this one, and you're probably going to judge me for watching it.
Oh,
and I usually don't. Like, my anime is usually dark, twisted, action-packed. But Orion High School Host Club.
Never heard of it.
So, literally, it's a bunch of boys at a boarding school that host women for, like, tea parties and stuff like that, and live up to one of their, like, those, I would just say, kind of hentai
Wait,
fantasies.
the one on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
The new joint?
No, it's old.
Oh.
It's old.
Oh, I thought that was
So basically, there's one that's like the Prince Charming. There's the smart, mysterious one that always does this with his glasses. There's the twin boys that you're looking like, are they having with each other? Because they kind of play it up as a boy love drama. There's the cute and cuddly kid, even though he's like 15 years old, he looks like a child, so he's super small. And then there's a new addition to it. But they find out later on it's actually a girl, but she's like a boy, so she plays a boy in the host club and plays up to the fantasies of those girls that pay for his time. So they're pretty much prostitutes in high school. And it's really funny. They have moments that are like, they have rival host clubs and rival host clubs that are from girls, same thing with men. It's this backboard, but it was super fun to watch for some reason. And it came out 17 years ago.
Jesus.
And we still haven't gotten the follow-up season from it.
Have you juju'd it?
I Googled it. They've been trying. And when he says juju, that's because we watched Big Mouth and Kanye. That's how she says Google. But, just 17 years. And I literally just recently watched this. And the fact that someone else has seen this and has been waiting 17 years for them to even think about a season 2 is sad.
Is this on Crunchyroll?
It is on Crunchyroll. It is on Netflix. I think it's on Hulu.
I think, I'm going to be honest, I think the way the culture is now, society is now, they're not coming out with that.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
Everybody likes the will they want their boy love. Like, I've seen a lot of... It's like a genre of siblings that one loves the other sibling a little bit too much.
Domestic girlfriend?
I don't know what it is, but it's just...
That's domestic girlfriend.
Either the sister, like, finds her brother way too cute and attractive, like, oh, look, he's trying to cradle him in her big boobs, which are anime characters, or vice versa. The brother is obsessed with his sister. And he doesn't want anybody, like, the minute she gives attention or praising somebody else, he's like, oh no, what about me? And I'm like, I don't know what's happening here. But I really enjoy watching it.
I don't think they're
fun.
gonna let boys be looked at as a piece of meat in today's society on anime. I'm gonna be honest.
You don't know anime. That's literally how they are. Like, Gojo is super powerful, but he is looked at very disrespectful. The minute he takes that bump, we're like, oh, snap.
No, we talking about in the actual anime, not from
the viewers. Okay.
Yeah, not from the people watching it. Come on, man. Get it together. Okay. Blast from the past. Ironically, that poster. Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, this aired in the early 90s. That is one of the characters right here. His name is Hiei. He is the best character, actually. This show last aired in 2006. Now, originally it started in 94. But there's a lot of time lapses in this. And the rumor has it, even on Juju, they said...
Will you stop? Just say Google.
They said that they were supposed to be coming out with a newer version, like a follow-up to how it ended after the tournament of the new king. of the underworld. Don't still know when that's supposed to be coming out. It was an amazing anime. It's super old. You can tell just by the art style, but it was super action packed. It was a straight action one. The main character was a high school kid, ironically, that actually liked to fight, and he was good at it. But he ironically died saving the kid.
Oh, I've seen the first season.
Oh, okay. Well, then you already know.
And spoiler for people who have not.
I mean, it was like literally like the first 2 episodes how that happened.
Yeah,
it was still messed up. He got hit by a car.
I
I was like, that's how you want to start this.
I was like, that's it.
That's how you really want to start this.
That's exactly how they want to start it.
Jeez, that's brutal. The kid didn't even say thank you, nothing. Like, just disrespectful. But the whole anime itself was amazing. The characters, comical and everything under the sun. It was just, I don't know if they're ever going to come out with a new one. I mean, this was in 2006, so that's 17 years on top of that. So, I'm going to pray. I'm going to keep it in my prayers.
I mean, they're bringing back a lot of old anime, so you never know. This might be on the.
I mean, I heard the crazy thing is when I googled this was like a few years ago. I googled this. They're supposed to be coming out with a new version, and he's supposed to be, because all those seasons he was still like 16, well 15, 16.
I mean, he's dead. He shouldn't age.
He's alive now. He came back. He's supposed to be out of high school with the new season. So, and he's basically a grown up now. So, like, we'll see. Like, supposedly the first season is supposed to be the new Demon King tournament, but I don't know. I don't know if they're ever gonna come back out with it. Unfortunately.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a dope show. Just super old. It's still on Hulu, by the way. One of the few.
This is the youngest one on my list. And it's the most important. One Punch Man. I need my season 3. It's been 4 years since the last one. I'm dying. I am dying.
I guarantee you it's fine. If it's not more than 8 episodes, I'll be pissed.
Oh my gosh. They've only done 12 episodes per season. So give me my 12 and then give me my 12 on a constant basis. It's been 4 years. Oh,
they blame the pandemic for a lot of them.
I don't care.
But a lot of the ones that happened during the pandemic have already come back out. So
I need my One Punch Man.
Look.
And I have a feeling all of y'all who's watching, y'all seen One Punch Man. Y'all know the premise. If you don't, it's in the damn title. Okay? One punch, that's all it takes. For him to, like, at full power, I guess, for him to defeat an enemy. Sometimes he prolongs it because he's enjoying the fight. But other than that, sometimes it just takes one punch. I love One Punch Man. I love the deadpan. I love the comedy. I love Saitama. It's just, OP characters are some of my favorites in some of my anime, and they all have the same type of personality where they're like, I don't care. Can we just get this ball rolling here?
At least he gets to the point.
He only gets to the point because he got there late. Okay, you already know my stance. The real hero in One Punch Man isn't Saitama. It isn't Genos. It is Mumen Rider. The man who will come to this thing on a bicycle and try to fight you and somehow get slung to and fro as a mortal and still survive, which makes me go on the conspiracy that Mumen Rider is actually immortal. He just sucks.
Yeah, immortal, but
with no skills.
With no skills. He can't train long enough. He can't train long enough to be of use.
He probably didn't even notice it, but that's just a weird theory of my own. But yeah, One Punch Man, it's been 4 years. What the hell?
Hey man, honestly, if anything, they should make it longer as long as we've been waiting. Like, don't make that 12 episodes. Especially
24, let's go.
Especially the way it's going, like, it gotta be longer. 12 episodes just ain't gonna be enough.
Yeah.
They gotta give us 24 like JoJo, man. Come on.
Right.
Come on. Or 50, whatever. My next one, it's kind of self-explanatory. High School of the Dead.
Okay.
Pretty simple explanation. It was literally the high school was overrun with the dead, and they were trying to escape or whatever. It was actually, I want to say it was like 20-something episodes the first season, but it only had one season. And again, cliffhanger. We don't know what's happening because they were escaping and other things was happening involved in like with that. And I'm just like, come on, like they were still trying to escape the city that they were in. Like once the high school got overrun with the dead, it was a group of them trying to get away. I just don't know what the heck happened. I mean, this came out in 2011. Like we still waiting. I googled it. They don't know. So I'm just like, come on, man. Somebody got to know something. I'm sorry. It was it was another one-off that just like, we're just gonna see how this goes. I don't think it got the attention that it deserved. It was on Netflix. I mean, not Netflix. It was on Hulu. Oh, okay. That's why I seen it. But I don't know, man. I think a lot of people they only like what they like. But I think High School of the Dead at least give us a second season just to end it, because I haven't seen some, and I'm trying to figure out why I even had 2 seasons. So. And they got their 2 seasons way before this. So I'm just like, come on, man, what's going on here? What you got?
My 4th one. It's been 8 years. Death Parade.
Were they gonna come out with a new season?
Yeah. It's still, the manga was still going, so they didn't even finish all the source material for Death Parade. So I want more Death Parade. The premise is that I think you're actually you're dead. It's just trying to decide which way you're going to go, heaven or hell.
Yeah, you're going to go up or down.
And so you have to actually go through a test, pretty much. So that's as much as I'm going to give you. I absolutely loved it. It was just during the time where I was in between like my big animes that were continuously going. So I started looking at random one-offs, and Death Parade was one of them. And I want the next season. I feel like I have a lot of unanswered questions, and I want more.
It was a creepy anime. It makes like the ones that kind of teeter the line of what happens after you die is always an interesting one. Because things like that, it kind of makes me wonder, like, dang, that's kind of sucks. Because if you ever watch the show, you can kind of understand why it sucks, because it's a test. So it's like, oh god. You don't know, but you don't know the right answer either, to an extent, to decide what your fate is. Right. But I always like, I don't know, I'm just a weird guy. Those ones that teeter on the astral plane world or the void, as they say in Supernatural, always made me wonder what happens after the fact. But I don't want to think about that too much.
What's the next one on yours?
My last one is definitely an all-time favorite.
Woo!
It only had 5 episodes. But
were they like an hour long at least? Oh gosh.
But they were amazing. 5 episodes. It came out in 2007, and it is still on Hulu. Afro Samurai.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Because there is so much that, even though it ended the way it ended, there's so many other things that they could have had him do in that show. True. He could have went on a bunch of adventures and everything else under the sun, and kept, defending his headband and all that good stuff. But Afro Samurai was, it was before his time, and unfortunately, people didn't respect it. Yeah. Honestly, if anything, that could be a good comeback for that. That could be my next character. For like Blerd or something, I could be Afro Samurai. Except I don't have an afro. But
it's called a wig.
Yeah, I guess. But I'd be hot.
Or just put your hair up in a bun.
I had to get that. But that headband was super long. I mean, he was like 6 foot in that thing. That thing literally came all the way down.
You're definitely gonna need a fan so it just flows.
Oh yeah, I definitely need that portable fan.
You need Beyonce's stage fan.
Yeah, I need that flapping. Hopefully nobody trips over it or anything. But like,
I just picture slapping people in the face and I'm dying laughing.
That show, I think it came out before its time. I don't think it was ready. It came kind of around the time in the Boondocks. Yeah. But
because then the Boondocks technically kind of have a character like that.
Yeah, Bushido Brown. Yeah. Bushido Brown was an Afro Samurai. Yeah. But
I was just like, did they just... Okay.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I just don't think TV wanted him. I don't know who the writers were or whatever, but I heard that they were trying to possibly bring it back. I guess that's what what is it? What was that show called again? Yusuke. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what the newer version of that was, even though it had like 6 episodes too. I think they could have played. They could have added a storyline to it, just beyond those 5 episodes. But for whatever reason, they just didn't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they just got what they got. They got their deal, and it was done after that. And we seen that with the Watchmen. We're watching it.
Well, Watchmen left us on a huge ass cliffhanger, and then got canceled. They were going to come back for more. I needed more Regina King as possibly being Dr. Manhattan. Like, how is that not something that anybody would want to see? I'm really mad about this.
They could have did more with it. I don't know the reason why they chose.
I think you're right. It's definitely ahead of its time. If anything, it coming out now would be...
Fun fact, it was very expensive to make. I looked it up. Because the RZA produced it, basically, with the music, it cost them $1 million an episode. So that might have been part of the reason.
They didn't have the budget to keep going.
But honestly, if they brought it back now, the fact that it was amazingly done. But I think it just cost too much at the time, and they just couldn't afford a new season, given where anime kind of was back in 2008. I just don't think it got enough. Streaming wasn't even a thing then, really. It was on TV. Like, I literally seen it on TV. I think they showed it on Toonami, actually.
Yeah, it was definitely on Toonami.
So, like, it wasn't enough build up around Toonami for stuff like that then, for a lot of anime. So, anime had its core, Dragon Ball Z and some of those other ones, and Afro Samurai was just one of the one-offs that they put on there to fill the spot, because some of those they replayed them like 30 times, until the new season came out. I was like, Jesus. But hopefully we can do another one, man. Shout out to the RZA, one of the guys out here. What's your last one?
My last one, which you have not seen, which I do not understand. Black Butler. It's been 10 years since the last season, and the good thing is it's out of production hell because Crunchyroll is bringing it back for its next season next year. So it's finally come back. I called my sister because oh my gosh, she loves Black Butler more than I do. She's the one that told me to watch it, and I absolutely love it. But Sebastian, basically the premise is Sebastian's the butler, but he's also the devil, and he's attracted to his master.
Yeah, he's like
his soul. His soul is so attractive to him. He wants to eat it, but he's just like, it's not ready yet. So I'm just gonna stick around and help you cause havoc until your soul's ready, and then I'm going to devour you. Pretty much. So I love Black Butler, and it is coming back next year. Thank you, Crunchyroll, for bringing it back. But until then, it was been 10 years since Black Butler had happened. So the good thing is, I didn't have to wait 10 years because I didn't watch it like that long ago when it first came out. But the fact that people who have watched it when it first came out just had to wait this long, 17 years for Oren Host Club and then 10 years for this, is just... I'm frustrated at 4 years for just One Punch Man, and when Attack on Titan took 4 or 5 years to come out. Yeah. I'm impatient. So if you waited 10 years for Black Butler, more power to you. I'm at the 7-year mark for my longest one, which is a Jinx. I watched it when it first came out.
Yeah, the Darwin game and Afro Samurai are the only ones I watched when they actually came out. Yu Yu Hakusho, it didn't premiere in the U.S. until it came on Toonami, so there was nothing I could do. Yeah. And then the internet wasn't as powerful back then, so I didn't know any websites to watch it on anyway. But and I wasn't even watching sub. I wasn't even watching subtitles then, because all we had was Toonami to watch anime.
And Toonami did dub.
Yeah, Toonami did dub, which, I mean, they did a good job.
Yeah.
But they showed what they wanted to show.
Attack on Titan dub just does not hit the same.
Well, when Attack on Titan came on, like, we weren't even watching it on Toonami at that point. So
anybody that was, I feel so bad because watching it sub first is the best thing you would ever do.
Well, I did. I think I watched it on like Hulu or something first, right off the jump. But yeah, nobody was watching it then.
When I watched Attack on Titan, Netflix had it first, and then they stopped. Hulu was like, "I will take that, thank you."
The first season.
Yeah.
I say that then. Yeah, I wasn't even watching it on Toonami. Like I started watching Toonami a while ago. I don't remember.
Toonami was only on when I woke up in the middle of the night and I had to pee. And I was like, oh, I left it on Cartoon Network because I had like a routine. It was King of the Hill, American Dad, Family Guy.
Yeah, that was a Toonami thing.
And then right after, like on Saturdays, after that one ended, it was just.
Yeah, it was all
straight
anime.
into Toonami.
It was straight anime. Saturdays was the thing.
I always fell asleep within those couple of episodes. Like when King of the Hill was on, it's like a lullaby.
Yeah, it was the lead up.
Yeah,
it was the funny stuff, the slight adult stuff, and then it was the real action stuff. They had some good shows on there.
That's how I knew I wanted to watch Tokyo Ghoul.
I didn't know it was on Toonami.
It was on Toonami, and I was like, "What the hell is happening here?" And then it was always on the list. And then one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, I have a DVD," and I was just like, "Okay," and got sucked in. And that's also in production, but it actually didn't make my list. So I'll put it as an honorable mention as well. Tokyo Ghoul is kind of an honorable mention because I don't know if they're working on it. I just want them to redo it. So it's better with the source material because it went way left.
There's a lot of shows that was on Toonami that's not on Crunchyroll. Well, I think they might be on Crunchyroll, but I just don't remember their names at this point. I kind of wish I could look it up now to see what the old shows they used to broadcast. The thing I liked about Toonami/Adult Swim, I mean, for one, they had good segue instrumentals and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And then their little funny little captions and things, but they played a lot of shows that you would never think to watch, and you was like, damn, I want to actually watch this now. And they still running, surprisingly. I thought Toonami would have ended a long time ago.
You got cable still, it's going to happen.
I mean, shout out to them, because
some people still have cable.
No, it's not even that. Like, I thought Toonami would have died once streaming came out, honestly, but I mean, some people still watch dub, which is fine. And to be honest, it only comes on once a week. So, like, that's tough. That's tough. And the thing about Toonami, like, they always had the mainstays, and then they had the ones in the. It's like the newer stuff. They don't want to. They're not sure if people gonna like it or not.
Yeah, they go right back to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, they played.
Toonami was
Dragon Ball Z. Was the mainstay for the longest. They played a lot of them. They stopped Dragon Ball Z after a while once Super came out.
And then it was Dragon Ball Z Super. Next time on Dragon Ball Z Super.
It was, they loved Cowboy Bebop. They loved Outlaw Star. Trigun, kinda. Man, what the frick was the others? Yu Yu Hakusho was they replayed a few times. They played the Big O a few times. Man, there's a lot. Crap. I think they did actually have Hunter x Hunter on there.
I don't remember. They probably had the 1999 version because they did a 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter, and then the 2011 version of Hunter x Hunter, which is the one I watched. I need to go back and watch the 1999. But that's a good segue into my other honorable mention. Like Tokyo Ghoul wasn't even on there. Hunter x Hunter is my honorable mention because I think they're working on bringing it back with the source material. But the last arc was how long ago?
Maybe like 2017.
10 years ago.
Wait, Hunter x Hunter, the one that's on Netflix. It's been since 2010 since it premiered. Dang, that's terrible. Oh well, I ain't gonna watch it, so I don't care. Anyway,
I don't know why you're not gonna watch it.
I don't care like that. Like it's at the bottom of the list.
It shouldn't be.
It's at the bottom. I'm sorry. It'll it'll be
You
there.
have that and Black Clover too low on the ground here. I need you to.
It's just at the bottom.
Oh.
I watched Black Butler before that, so.
And now you want Black Butler before.
No, it was on the list before both of them ever even touched it. Trust me. But it's just new stuff be popping up. Like, dang, man. It's hard to watch like 5 different animes at one time because
It is not. I do it also.
It's hard to keep up with what's going on in each one sometimes. But my first honorable mention.
Oh, you have more than one?
Well, I added one when you said
Okay.
the Jin, Parasite.
I was going to put that on my list, but I went and looked it up, and there's not enough source material to keep going.
But it don't matter. Like, the way they ended it, man, he didn't even finish destroying the bad guys. He didn't even finish protecting them. So it's like, how are you going to... I don't know. Like, only reason I look them up just because I need to see how much of the manga they have and what's...
Actually, it started off as a comic strip kind of thing.
But I'm saying, like, the manga will tell you if they're going to make more of it most of the time.
True. That's why I looked up. I was like, is there another manga out? What chapter are they on? And it's just not.
Because even with JoJo, like, the one that just came out is, like, I want to say, like, book 6 or 8 or volumes either 6 or 8 of the rest. They already have the rest of the series in the manga already. I mean, I'm never going to read the mangas because I don't want the spoilers, but we already know what the name of each new season is going to be and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And they even tell you what it's going to be about. But at least I know they got plenty more. They got like 5 more seasons left with JoJo. So, but these other ones, like, you just never, they like 51, I don't know, 51 volumes, not 51 volumes, but whatever they call them. It's like, come on, man.
They call them chapters, so each book is like a chapter.
It's like, you got 51 of them, and then pretty much the anime took up 45 of that. It's like, so you ain't got nothing you can think of? Nothing?
This is what happens when anime catches up to the mangas.
But it's like...
And we're getting to a point where people want to consume, so they're trying to crank out as much as they can, as fast as they can.
But it's like...
Because you don't even like sitting there doing week after week.
I mean, I'll probably start doing it more with the ones that's coming back out. If anything, like Bleach just came back out with another episode, so I'm gonna keep up with that. Even though I'm gonna hate it because it like when I think about it, it's like, man, just I might as well watch Toonami. Like, honestly, instead of just streaming it, I might as well just watch Toonami. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna watch it to some degree. I just try not to because I just don't want to wait. I'd rather just let it build up. I might watch it after like 5 weeks or something, and then alright, cool, I can get back into it.
Hunter's a good option. There's a lot.
I mean, it's like 5 seasons. But
Black Clover is a lot.
That's okay. Black Butler will still be before both of them.
That's fine because it comes back next year.
That's fine, and I'll watch it at some point. But there's just other stuff that I want to watch first. I still gotta get through all my Hulu stuff first, okay? I'm gonna get through all my Hulu stuff that I want to watch. Okay. Did you already say your 2 honorable mentions?
Yeah, my honorable mentions were Tokyo Ghoul and Hunter x Hunter.
Okay. My last one that everybody who knows should appreciate, the Boondocks.
I mean, I guess you could put it as anime. Come on now. I guess you could put it as anime.
If they had subtitles, it'd be anime for sure.
Here's the problem with that. Do you really want it without Granddad?
Yeah, but because they could actually, you could pull it off. It's just, I don't think they know how to. That's the only problem. They just don't know how to pull it off. If you want to keep Huey
and Riley at the same age, then no, there's no way to pull this off.
But that's what I'm saying. They would have to make them a little older.
They have to change it up completely.
But they could do it. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily have Jennifer Lewis as like the auntie or something like that. But people say Jennifer Lewis, which, I mean, I could see that.
She's hilarious. And she'll be great banter to bounce off of. It's just, one, you kind of want Regina King to come back and do the voices. 2, the reason Boondocks works so well is because they were kids telling us what's going on. As adults, I don't think it's going to really.
They're not going to be adults. They would just maybe be like a year or 2. but they just don't know. They'd be like a year too older. Like I mean, they're like 10.
I feel like they should still be there. Though.
They're like 10. So they're gonna be in middle school. They're gonna be in middle school. So
in middle school, so like 13 and 11.
Yeah, they would just be in middle school, but they just don't know. My thing, they just don't know how to bring it back. There's no good. There's probably not a good segue that they could do. I mean, because it would. They would just have to get it over with the first episode. Like, bam, here's what happened, type of thing, kind of, sort of, and then maybe like the first 2 episodes or something. The whole new season would just be in honor of John Witherspoon. Basically, like every episode, if they don't do it, disrespectful. But my whole thing is what it did. It just wasn't enough. Like, it was just one of those shows that was just gone too soon.
Yeah, very true.
And it stopped literally too soon.
Mm-hmm.
That was literally the only show that could say the N-word. The only show. And it could say it with confidence. Mm-hmm. And it just made sense. I don't know what else to say. Like, it just made sense with everything.
This was great.
Like, if they could bring it back now with how pop culture is, it would be amazing. It would be the black equivalent of South Park. Honestly.
It was the black equivalent.
Like, it would just, but it's relevant today with pop culture.
I mean, it's like any other black show that was ahead of its time. The Chappelle Show ended too soon. Boondocks ended too soon. And you haven't even watched the Chappelle Show to determine that, but those things are like staples in the black community, and we love all of it.
Yeah, it never got its goodbye season or episodes or whatever.
Not even just goodbye. It's just you could tell whatever was going on behind the scenes, he was fed up with it, especially for the Boondocks. Because the 4th season, I'm not the biggest fan of. It kind of went down, like especially the last episode about the, I think it was LGBT. Like Riley got in trouble.
I don't think that was the last episode.
Was that the last episode? Either way, it's just the last season. It was just like you just trying to just be done and be done. I could feel it. It wasn't like the first 3 seasons.
It was. I mean, it was a. But it was just one of those things. Like,
except for the Popeye thing, like the fried chicken.
That was hilarious. But they could. Every episode could be something about culture, and it would. We would be okay with that because we know. And I wouldn't even feel bad for laughing. I'm like, yeah, this is true, unfortunately.
It was already doing that, so it's just basically doing what it continuously doing. It's just, how do you execute that without Brandon?
That's what I say. Like, I mean, obviously, just going back to what I said, like, they just wouldn't know how to start it off. Mm-hmm. But I think if they were able to start it off again, it could get its steam back. It's just people. I don't care. People still want to see Boondocks. Yeah. People would greatly appreciate it. Their numbers would be incredible, so they should never have to worry about the numbers. Like, true. Even though John Witherspoon wouldn't be in it anymore, if they still had footage pre-recorded or whatever, it could be played somehow, some way. Maybe like a wheel or something, a video wheel or something like that, if there was possible. But if they can get past the first 2 episodes, as far as like the writing, I think they could pick up their steam and get back into the groove of it. It's just, I think those first 2 episodes or whatever would be crucial. But other than that, I mean, it was just like per episode, like what kind of shenanigans we doing today. It had some kind of plot because but at the same time, it was just shenanigans. Yeah. Like, I still want to see Thugnificent. I mean, I still want to see Gangstalicious. Like, I want to see a Pimp Named Slick back again. I mean, I want to see everybody. Right. I mean, so I don't know, man. Like, it's just one of those shows that was just gone too soon, and unfortunately, we'll just never see again. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, we don't know the reason, basically,
or at least fully.
Yeah.
Any other ones you want to mention?
I'm kind of sad.
Well, playing off of his sadness, what animes are you guys watching that are stuck in production hell, or not even production hell, it's just sitting there stagnant, and you want to know when it's going to come back because there's still source material to feed off of. I really want to know yours because that'll give me some ideas of what to watch. So I love good recommendations on animes to watch. So please comment below and let us know what anime you think should be coming back with the same source material, or that's been in production hell, knowing that it's going to come at some point, but it's just been sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, if you give me recommendations, I'll look at the comments regardless. I'm going to add it to the list, okay? I will give you updates.
You see how this list looks? I'm sitting here stuck. I'm at the bottom. My recommendations are at the bottom.
Look, I said it's going to add to the list. They're not all at the bottom. Relax. I finally watched, before I came up here, I saw Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man, okay? Jesus. Like, I saw it literally before I came up here. I binge watched.
Should have been seen it. Should have been talking about Demon Slayer because it was importante, okay? Everything's happening. And then Chainsaw Man is just wild as hell.
Yeah.
You're the one that told me about it. The
I
fact
know.
that I watched it before him is what's flabbergasting.
Hey, look. It worked, so that's all that matters. That's all that matters. It's just gonna be one of those.
He does not.
It's just gonna be one of those. Hey, look, I watched something. I just don't remember what, but I watched something. So I told you about Record of Ragnarok. So I'm like,
And I watched it.
yeah. Okay, and we watched it at the same time.
Yeah.
See, something. It's alright.
If anything, I give you 7. At least I recommended 7 days and you watched it.
Yeah. And I watched. And the last season was I watched it simultaneously, or simulcast, I should say. So there you go. Look at that. Look at God.
Anyway. That's like you recommended Vinland Saga, and then I'm more caught up than you are.
That's fine. But I watched the first season before you.
Yeah, but I watched this season before you. So,
Yeah, that's
sad.
fine. It's over now, so I can watch it. I can watch
On
it.
that note, it's time
On
to
that
sign
note,
off.
we appreciate you guys for watching. Please, if you'd be so kind, like,
Share.
Oof, Jesus.
Ooh, it's time to go.
If you could, please like, share, subscribe,
Yes,
and please
please.
comment animes that you have enjoyed the most, ones that aggravate you the most, and please let us know some recommendations or some animes that are stuck in production limbo. Please, we would like to hear it all. All the anime nerds out there, please let us know. We will take any recommendations and possibly add them to the list. Well, yeah.
I'll watch them. He'll add them to the list.
Add them to the list. They'll get watched. I would definitely give a checklist of like the last 10.
Yeah.
Okay. If I put a thumbs up beside it, I'm watching it. Okay. I'm watching. But no pressure.
Recommend the ones I put: Hunter x Hunter, Black Clover.
Don't do that because it's
What?
already there.
But it's too low. Blood.
I mean, it's still on the list, so that's all that matters.
Anyway, so guys, thank you guys for joining us with episode 4 of season 1 of Blerd Box Podcast. It's been real. It's time to go. Like you said, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Peace out.